Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubih Veshema Devahitayadayuh Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. We are all entering to study Mundaka Upanishad. May the Vedamata, Mother Saraswati, and our Gurus and the Lord bless us so that let this study be fruitful. Let us try to understand this ancient knowledge and let us put into practice, and let all our enders be free from the obstacles or from the laziness. Yeah, dear devotees, previous week we had an introduction to Shanti Mantra, peace chant, and before that we had a basic discussions about the Vedanta Upanishad. Now we will be going to start the study of the shlokas which are part of the Mundaka Upanishad. Before that, just I want to make one important statement. What does Vedanta teach us? One is, we know all that Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Whatever exists in this universe, sentient or insentient, matter or mind or energy or the self, whether manifested or unmanifested, everything is only consciousness. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Apart from that, we always think we are living in the world. Materialistically or from the grosser level point of view, it may holds good or it may be right, but in reality, world is living in us, but we are not living in the world. This is a very interesting point, I know that, and some of you may agree and may not agree. The more and more we go and study Upanishads, and the more and more our mind gets soaked in this Vedantic principles or Vedantic truth, and when our ignorance gets reduced, then definitely this magnanimous statement or the beauty of this magnanimous statement we can understand. Now, Brahmadevanam pratamas sambhavuva Vishwasya karta bhuvanasya gopta Sab Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtaham Atharvaya Jeshtaputraya Praha. This is the first shloka of the Mundaka Upanishad. As already I told you in the earlier classes, this Mundaka Upanishad has got 65 mantras. And it has got 3 chapters. Here, every chapter, which in Sanskrit mostly we use Adhyaya, this chapter is called Mundaka. So that means we have got 3 Mundakas in this Mundaka Upanishad. Means 3 chapters. And every chapter has been divided into 2 sections, 2 kandas. So basically 6 sections are there in the Mundaka Upanishad. So now we are studying Pratama Mundaka, Pratama Kanda, and Pratama Shloka. And Shloka number 1 to Shloka number 3, 3 shlokas, it is an introduction. So in some Upanishads it is short, there will be short introduction, and in some Upanishads there will be a long introduction. However, in the Mundaka Upanishad, it is a short introduction. So it prepares the seeker's mind to enter into the subject matter of the book. So this is the function or the role of this introductory part. Even when we take any subject, when we take any classes, this introduction is given so that we will be able to get into the subject. Now, on these 3 mantras, which I mean introduction, what does it consist or what does it contain? So the first is, it is in the form of coming together, the Guru Shishya, or Guru and Shishya Samagama or Sangama. The teacher and disciple are coming together here. And they come together and do they keep quiet? No. They start conversation. Either Guru starts a conversation or disciple starts a conversation. So most of our Upanishads, or almost all of the Upanishads, are in the conversational style. Either it is in a poetry form or prose form, but it is in the conversational style. So disciple asks the question and Guru answers to his question. Or Guru makes a statement, then Shishya questions it. How is it possible? Or why should I take in this way? Why should I not take in any another way? Like that, there will be a question or a debate in a positive sense, in a constructive sense. That's how the teachings of the Upanishads has been, given over, handed over to us from our gurus or Guru Parampara. So, and also here, the hidden meaning is what? The idea is what? The self-inquiry must be done with the help of a guru or a spiritual guide. Otherwise, we can misunderstand. We can wrongly we can understand this ancient and subtle truth. I mean, this is just on the lighter side. Once mother-in-law had told to the new daughter-in-law, I mean, there was a marriage in the house. Then son had married a lady, and she had come, and mother-in-law said, look, tomorrow I'm doing puja, and also I will be observing Mauna Vrata. So I will not be talking. So I'll be giving mostly sign languages. So you should be very careful. You should be vigilant, and you should hear properly. You should try to understand properly based on my sign languages, and you should follow my orders, or you should follow my instructions. You should be able to you should be able to understand and follow. The daughter-in-law, out of respect and with fear also, she nodded her head. So the next day, articles have arranged, everything has been arranged, and the mother-in-law sat in front of the deity along with the Homakunda. She performed the worship, and she was about to, she started the Homa, and while that, she started uttering some mantras also, while closing the eyes. So just because her chosen deity was Hari, Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana, just she was remembering the Lord Hari's name. So Homakunda has been there in front, and the fire has been ignited, puja articles are there, and the puja book is also there, and that mother-in-law closed her eyes, and she started remembering the Lord's name, her chosen deity's name. Hari, 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 Hari. So this, you should remember here, Kannada Hari. So the daughter-in-law, with ignorance or innocence, she thought, okay, she's asking me to tear. In Kannada, Hari means what? Tear. So tear into pieces. So what to tear? Because there is a flowers and fruits and sweets and and wood, ghee. So none of them can be teared. Okay, there was a book. So probably she's asking my mother-in-law is asking me to tear the pages, of the book, and to put in the Yagna Kunda so that fire can be burned properly. Then she started tearing the pages of that book, puja book, and she started putting into the Homakunda. 10, 15, 20 or 108 times Harinama is over, and the mother-in-law opens her eyes, and for her astonishment, there is no book at all. Now she's angry, but at the same time she's helpless, she's unable to speak, she's not supposed to speak, she's asking what happened. Then the daughter-in-law is telling that, means I tore and I put into Homakunda. So like this, if you don't understand properly, if you don't understand the scriptures, that is one thing you don't understand, that's the one thing. The problem is you will misunderstand. That's where we need a guru, competent guru. So this Guru Shishya, Sangama, Samagama, Samvada, it tells us that we need a guru, proper guru, to understand all these things. And also, this introduction, directly or indirectly, either direct meaning or applied through applied meaning, it tells the characteristic feature of the guru and as well as shishya. So because otherwise only if you tell the shishya's lakshana, shishya will feel, oh, then okay, what should I be or what should I have has been told. Then what should be the nature of the guru? What should be the traits and qualities of the guru? This question may come to disciple also. That's why Shastras are telling, okay, we will tell the, characteristic features of both of them. And so Shishya Lakshana and Guru Lakshana, the desired qualities, nature of the disciple and the desired qualities of the guru, the teacher, both are also introduced in this. And also by this Guru Shishya Parampara, the teacher and student relationship, or that lineage, by this we will understand how this wisdom is ancient and how it is so nice, or how it is very subtle, sublime. Vidya Gaurava. We use the Sanskrit word called Vidya Gaurava. This ancient wisdom is not today's or yesterday's, it is thousands of years before. And it has come from the greatest people of the mankind. It is such a profound, sublime thought. And with God's grace, with our parents or elders' blessings, and with our own punya sampadana, by doing a good actions as a result of karma phala, we are able to get this ancient wisdom, or a very unique thing. Because this is not it has not come from the mind or intelligence, rather it is an intuitive knowledge, which we are going to read. Now, Brahma Devanam Pratamaha Sambhabuva. So, Brahma, here Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator God, Srishtikarta, we say Brahma. He is that Brahma. Brahma, Devanam, among celestial beings, Pratamaha, first, Sambhabuva. So, he is the firstborn. Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator God, he is the firstborn person among the celestial beings. There are so many gods and goddesses with small g, or so many celestial beings, Indra, Varuna, Rudra, Shashanka, etc., etc., isn't it? So among them, Brahma was the firstborn. Vishwasya Karta, Bhuvanasya Gopta. And he created the world. He was the firstborn among the celestial beings, and Vishwasya Karta. He created this empirical universe, and Bhuvanasya Gopta. Gopta means protection. He is also protecting the world. We'll go into details, then you'll be able to understand more. Sa, he, Brahma Vidyam, he gave this Brahma Vidya, self-knowledge. What is the nature of this self-knowledge, Brahma Vidya? Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. It is the base for all types of Vidya, for all types of knowledge, or for all branches of knowledge. Atharvaya, Jeshta Putraya Praha. Then this Brahma taught this ancient wisdom, sublime thoughts, sublime truth to the eldest son called Atharva. This is the running meaning of this sloka. Now we should understand bit deeply. So when you go with the help of commentaries, and when you go deeply, you will be able to understand that the Lord Narayana, which represents Ishvara. Ishvara means not Brahma, Vishnu, Ishvara. Here Ishvara means, or rather Narayana means, it is the symbolical representation of the Sachidananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. So from the Narayana, Brahma has been appeared, or Brahma has been created. If you see from the Puranic mythological language, from the Narayana's Nabhi, navel, the Brahma has been born. So the Brahma means here, it is Hiranyagarbha. When you take this as an Hiranyagarbha, then all our questions and all our doubts will be clear. Here Brahma means Hiranyagarbha. He has been born from that Sachidananda, from the Paramatman. That is what the Narayana. From Narayana, Brahma has been created. He is the first created person. And after creation, what did Narayana did? Narayana, he did the e-transfer. Today we are speaking of e-transfer. Oh, can you send the money? Yes. How do? E-banking. And I-banking is there, e-banking is there. And I have got a notes. Earlier, how should I send? How should I? Then you either I should come or you should come, or I can send the notes in the book format, either through post or courier. Then afterwards, what happened? We made a Xerox and we sent. Then we scanned and we sent through email or whatever. Now everything is there in the computer or in my mobile or in the laptop or in the iPad or whatever. Just by pressing a button, send the now whatever the knowledge I have got with me, I can send you. We all know that. So Lord Narayana did a e-transfer of all the knowledge and the skills to the Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. That's what here understand. So after doing that, he gave a job that you create this universe and you try to protect and preserve the universe. The Lord Narayana, means Paramatma, gave the duty for this Brahma to create and to preserve the world. And how this world can be preserved? By the knowledge. Of course, we need food, we need so many things, but more than that, knowledge is very important. That's the reason Lord Narayana gave to Brahma. He did e-transfer. Now Brahma, he created the universe, he started preserving the universe, and apart from that, the eldest son called Atharva, for Atharva, out of compassion and to preserve it also, to preserve the knowledge also, the Brahma transferred the knowledge, or he taught, or he transferred the knowledge to his eldest son called Atharva. Here, son means what? So here it is not the physically born son. When the opposite sex comes and take birth, no, that is not the biological son. Here it is a Manasa Putra, the son who is born out of the mind, out of the thought, out of the just Sankalpa. So the Atharva is the Manasa Putra. For example, Narada is a Manasa Putra. Then we have got 4 Manasa Putras like Sanat Kumara, Sanandana, Sanatana, like these 4 also are there. And 7 people, 9 people, according to different Puranas, there are different versions also. Anyhow, so this Putra means here, it is not a biological son, it is a mental son, Manasa Putra. For Atharva, the Lord Brahma taught. Now, so Lord Narayana, he taught for him that we understand here. Prahinoti. Prahinoti is also one important. What is Prahinoti means? That is what e-transfer. He transferred all the knowledge, the divine wisdom to the Brahma by Lord Narayana. So here Brahma means it is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. So this great idea, sublime idea, has been represented by mythological language through which the Brahma has got 4 heads, Chaturmukha Brahma. Why he has got 4 heads? It is not simply imagination or without any reason. It shows that he is the all-knower. He is the base for all the knowledge. All the knowledge has been manifested from him. Then Hiranyagarbha means what? Actually, it represents the omniscience or omnipotent, who is the creator. Now, Brahma Vidya, they are used. So, Brahma Devanam, you understood, Pratama Sambhavuva is the first created. Deva means celestial beings, who has got the shining nature. Because they will be in the subtle body, they will not be like us in the physical body. Then Vishwasya Karta, he created this world and he is preserving the world. That you have understood, I think. Then Brahma Vidya. What is this Brahma Vidya? Brahma Vidya. According to the Shankaracharya's commentaries, so this Brahma Vidya is understood or interpreted in 2 meanings, which is very interesting. One is the Vidya or the knowledge, whichever is taught by Brahma. That's why it is Brahma Vidya. The knowledge which has been handed over by Brahma to the successive generations, which has been given by, which has been taught by Brahma. That's why it's called Brahma Vidya, which is a simple meaning. The other is this Vidya, the knowledge, the art of knowing, or the subject. What is the subject matter of this Vidya? Knowledge means it is the Brahman. Brahman means, again, Brahma and Brahman, we should be very clear. You should not get confused. Brahma means Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator God. Brahman means it is self. Atman or Brahman, we can use this in a synonyms. So Brahman means, here it is Atman, means it is Atma Vidya, the knowledge which describes, which explains about the nature of oneself. Who am I? What is my real nature? I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the senses. I am not the feelings. Rather, I am the self, indestructible self. I am Sanatana. I am Kutastha. I am Avinashi. All these things, whoever has studied Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads will be knowing. So I am indestructible self. I am the subject, never the object. That knowledge is called Brahma Vidya. So Brahma Vidya means it is the self-knowledge. Atma Vidya also can be understood. So Atma Vidya is the basis for all branches of knowledge. The uniqueness, the salient feature of Brahma Vidya has been given beautifully in the Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. It is the base for every type of knowledge, it seems. Now, for an example, we are all there. I am in Ireland, some are in Calcutta, some are in Bangalore, some may be in Mysore, some may be in different place, a different part of world. But for all of us, the Adhisthana is what? This Prithvi Mata Earth. Earth is Adhisthana on which she is supporting us for our sleeping or drinking or to walk or to jump or whatever. The earth is Adhisthana, base, substratum. It houses all of us, isn't it? So similarly, for all types of knowledge, it may be physics, it may be chemistry, maths, science, arts, philosophy, whatever subject, branches of knowledge you take, for every branch of knowledge, this self-knowledge, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya is what Adhisthana means it is a substratum. It is a very sublime idea, very beautiful idea also. How to understand this? So one or two simple things I will tell probably in due course of time. When Paravidya and Aparavidya discussions comes in the future shlokas, we'll be able to discuss in detail. How? Why? Because Brahma Vidya is what it is about oneself. Means it is the ultimate goal of the human life, and which is complete in itself, which is comprehensive. Why? Because by understanding who am I, it gives a completion to me. It gives a trupti, means contentment. It brings the bliss, or rather it removes the ignorance. By removing the ignorance, it brings the bliss. And it removes the cycle of birth and death. Sampurnatva, completeness it gives. That is why it is a substrata. That's the one thing. And apart from that, my real nature is what? Chit Swarupa. Sat, Chit and Ananda. Chit means what? Consciousness, awareness. So I being, my nature being the consciousness and awareness, I am the knower. Say for discussion's sake, I say that, okay, there is some animal behind you. Can you see? All of you look behind you and said, Swami, please don't bluff us, because there is no animal behind us. I say, yes, it is there, but you are unable to see, whereas I am able to see. They say, maybe Swami, because you are a monk, maybe you are able to see, but we are not able to see. Since we are unable to see, so whether it exists or not, it doesn't matter, because I am not aware of it. When you are aware of something, then only it exists for you, otherwise it won't. So every knowledge, every branch of knowledge has been come from out of the self. That's why Swami Vivekananda beautifully addresses this subject or this idea in his Karma Yoga lecture. Knowledge is internal in nature. Maths, the numerals, the concept of numerals, the concept of fraction, everything was in your mind actually. Similarly, music, similarly, physics or thermodynamics, analytical geometry, calculus, biology, zoology, phylum or about ocean, astronomy, nothing is outside, everything is in you, everything is internal in nature. Then why there are some are wise people and some are dull-headed people? It is only the more and more we spend time, the more and more we struggle, then the more and more we struggle to know or to acquire the knowledge, then so much the layer of ignorance is removed. So when the layer of ignorance is removed, the knowledge shines. Where does that knowledge shines? The knowledge shines in my mind, not externally. For example, you go to mall and you bring something, materials or objects. You bring some groceries, or you bring a sofa set, or you bring some furnitures, which is available externally. Knowledge is not available. Book may be available, CD may be available, or pen drive available, which contains a lot of information, but it has to be processed in the mind. So all knowledge is internal nature, which is that self, nothing but. So that's why the moment when you know the self, which is the substratum for all these things. Without the self, no knowledge is possible. Of course, we need sense organs, we need mind and body, etc. Apart from that, the self is the basis for all these things. Even from this point also, we can understand. I mean, it is a bit subtle, I know that. Slowly, when you read Upanishad in detail or in depth more and more, you'll be able to understand and appreciate. Now, the second sloka. Atharvano yam pravadeta brahma अथर्वातं पुरोवाच अंगिरे ब्रह्म विद्याम स भारद्वाजाय सत्यमावाहाय प्राह भारद्वाजो अंगिरसो परावरम. The knowledge of this Brahman is imparted to Atharva. Brahma imparted to Atharva. Atharva transmitted to Angiras in anciently, in a long, thousands of years before. And this Angirasa, he passed it to Satyavyaha. Satyavaha, who comes in the line of Bharadwaja. And so similarly, this knowledge has been handed over to successive generations. This is about the overall meaning. Then now we will go to into little deeper things. So Yam Brahma Vidyam, that knowledge of Brahman is been given by Brahma, imparted. Pravadeta. Pravadeta means it is imparted. By whom? By Brahma to Atharvano. To Atharva. Atharva Puro in Srushti time, during the creation or in the ancient time, Uvacha, he transmitted to Angiras. Then the Angirasa, he passed it on to Satyavaha, who comes in the Gotra, in the lineage of the Bharadwaja. And that nature of this Brahma Vidya is what? Paravaram. That's also very interesting. Now we will see. So Narayana taught this ancient Vidya to Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. So Brahma taught to Atharva, his eldest son. Atharva taught to his son or disciple, or both. Son and disciple, or son or disciple, to Angirasa. Angirasa taught to Satyavaha. So his name is Satyavaha. He comes from the Gotra, from the lineage called Bharadwaja Gotra. That's why he's also called as Bharadwaja. And afterwards, Angirasa will have a disciple, one more, called Shaunaka. And basically, the whole Upanishad starts between the conversation or in the dialogue form between the Shaunaka and Angirasa. So the Mundaka Upanishad is in the form of Shaunaka Angirasa Samvada. The conversation, the dialogues between Shaunaka and Angirasa. Now, if you see how from Guru to Shishya is happening, if you remember Bhagavad Gita, if you have studied Bhagavad Gita, you'll be able to remember now in the 4th chapter, Krishna says to Arjuna, whatever now I am giving you, the divine wisdom in the form of Bhagavad Gita, this has been already told by me. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham amvyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvaka vebravit evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neham yogo nastah paramtapa. At the beginning of the creation, this yoga, whatever I am teaching you now, this divine wisdom, imam vivasvate yogam, I taught to Vivasvan, imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham amvyayam. From the Vivasvan, the Manu happened. Manu to Ikshvaku came. From Ikshvaku to some other people he gave. But in due course of time, for whatever reason, it had been lost. So there also, Lord is telling, first I taught to Surya, Surya taught to Manu, Manu taught to Ikshvaku, Ikshvaku taught to some other. Like this, there was a continuous lineage. But unfortunately, in between, we lost it. Our Nalanda University, one of the ancient first international university, we lost. Not only that, I mean, the library was burned for a month or so, which was 3 floors to 9 floors. It was there. So much knowledge has been lost. Now, some of the texts which has been copied by the Tibetans and the Chinese, which is available in their monasteries, it has been retranslated from their language to Sanskrit nowadays. Many Sanskrit books. Even Swamiji in one of his lecture, he tells, like for example, Rigveda, it had so many schools, and the biggest thing was Yajurveda. Yajurveda's few 50 or 60 or 70 schools. Now only 4 or 5 schools are available. Atharvana Veda's few schools. Then Samaveda had few schools with minute differences, way of understanding, way of interpretation, all these things. One is that because of the invasions and colonizing time, many were killed and many were slaughtered. Because of that, we lost. And afterwards, they didn't had a progeny. For that reason, sometimes it has been lost. Like there are so many things we have lost. So like this, in due course of time, in years together, many places, this Guru Shishya, somewhere the relationship or the chain will get broken, and we will lose the Vidya. We lose the branches of knowledge. We lose many important informations. Like that, we have lost. For an example, one more Upasanas. We have got 32 Vidyas, which is listed in the Upanishads. Shankaracharya makes a mention of this in his Chandogya Upanishad, but he didn't take time to give in detail explanation how to practice this, like Dahara Vidya or whatever. But unfortunately, we know now 32 Vidyas, which has been listed in the Upanishads, which is the part of Vedas, but none of us we know how that is to be practiced. If we would have known that practice, it would have been a great significance for us. Like this, lot of things we have lost. So this parampara tells us, Guru Shishya parampara, how ancient and how significant and how beautiful. So this Vedic wisdom, the Vedantic knowledge, it is not yesterday or day before yesterday. Shankaracharya, Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka, Vallabha, Swami Vivekananda, all of them came to revive that. They gave a structure, they did revision, or they retold the same ideas, ancient truths to the particular age which is suitable, that's all. But it was there from long time ago. So which is very ancient. That is what we have to understand. Now, this paravara, it is also means what? Para means higher and avara means lower. What is this higher and lower? Means higher represents para, here guru, and avara means lower, means shishya. It is not in a derogative sense they are telling. Superior, inferior means guru is the highest means what? He knows the thing, so he is known as, is considered as higher, and the shishya who is trying to learn, who just generally is supposed to be humble, then he can learn things, he is supposed to be lower. And this even word called Satyavaha is also a very interesting word actually. Satyavaha means one who speaks truth. So if you want to be spiritually advanced, if you want to well established in self-knowledge, Satyavaha, you have to Satyam Aha, means you have to speak Satya. You have to speak truth. Satyameva Jayate, we have heard. The Satyameva Jayate is the part of Mundaka Upanishad. We will be going to read in future. So Satyavaha means one who can speak truth. He is the only person who can have the self-knowledge. That's the one thing. And onwards here, Satya means what? Satya means that is Brahman. And Mithya is what? The lower truth, which is what? The empirical world. So Mithya means it is not non-existent. It is very, very important we have to understand. Mithya means only it is not seen as it is. There is something, but we are seeing it as something else. That is what the meaning of the, Satya and Mithya. Now, third sloka, Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha Angirasam vidivad upasannah prapacha. Kasminno bhagavo vignate sarvam vidam vignatam bhavati. This is often quoted shloka. Now we know Narayana taught to Brahma, Brahma taught to Atharva, Atharva taught to Satyavaha, Satyavaha taught to Angiras, and all we know that. Now one more person is coming, Shaunaka. Shaunaka is coming. Who is this Shaunaka? Shaunako Havai Mahashala. Is Mahashala, it seems. Means he's the great householder. So Upanishad is meant only for monks. Vedanta is only meant for monks. No, Shaunaka is an householder. He is trying to learn the Vedanta. So Vedanta is for everyone, not for any group of people or any particular class of people. Swamiji tells it again and again. Mahashalaha means is the great householder. Sadgrahastha, great grahastha. Angirasam vidivat upasannaha. He approached Angirasa, it seems. How did he approach? He didn't approach, hi Angiras, how are you? In this present day, we all say that. Many times here, disciples or devotees, so-called, they come and they try to listen something. Afterwards, they try to give the knowledge for us only. And they will bless us and they will go also. Like this, many funny incidents we monks, we keep on experiencing. Here, but the Shaunaka, how did he approach Angirasa, the Guru? Vidivat upasannaha. He approached with a humbleness and in a traditional manner. Approaching the Guru in a traditional manner means what? Means he went and he did pranams. He did sashtang pranam to Guru first and foremost. Whether if you don't do sashtang pranam, at least you should show respect. Why? Because it is not Guru is expecting, but it is the way to approach the senior or the Guru. Then, and he took some samit also. Samit means generally it is the literal meaning is what? They took some firewood because in the ashramas in those days, a lot of yagnas, sacrifices used to happen. So that's how it is to be useful. Here, samit means it is not only just wood. Anything offer it. Something flowers, fruits, sweets, whichever is useful for the people and for the ashrama purpose, that should be taken, it seems. So now, the Shaunaka, so he knows Dharma Shastras, he knew all these things. With a humbleness he went and he prostrated to the Guru Angirasa and he showed his respect, he paid his respect, and he had taken some flowers or fruits or sweets or something and he offered in front of the Guru. And what did you do? Humbly, prapacha, he asked. He approached reverentially, he offered something, and afterwards he asked. What did he ask? Kasminno bhagavo vignate sarvamidam vignatam bhavati iti. This is one of the shortcut answer. I mean, shortcut question. How our ancient people were so intelligent. Oh Bhagavan, oh adorable sir, please tell me by which having been known, all this becomes known. In the Gurukula, if you know any one of you, the ancient Gurukula system was how many subjects they are supposed to read? They were supposed to read and master 32 subjects. Now we all read 6 subjects or 9 subjects at the most. So in those Gurukula days, 12 to 14 years, they were supposed to master 32 subjects. Now he is also supposed to read 32 subjects, but he is the intelligent person here. So he's telling, oh, I have to read Vedas, Upanishads, Vedangas, and so many other Vidyas and all. Instead of that, you tell me one shortcut method. What is the shortcut method? You tell me by knowing one, everything will be known. What a grand idea. We all search for shortcut, isn't it? Oh, you tell me easy way to success, easy way to become great or famous or celebrity, etc. People keep asking, what is the formula and all? So here, Shaunaka, according to me, is asking the shortcut method to know by which everything will be known. By knowing one, everything will be known. If you know physics, chemistry you can't know. If you know chemistry, you will not know mathematics. If you know mathematics, biology will not be known. Or if you know arts, maths you don't know. So here he is asking, tell me one thing, by knowing one, everything will be known. That is what Atma Vidya self, Brahma Vidya. Now, the question will come for all of us, by knowing Atman, do you think that I'll be knowing maths also? If I am intelligent, or if I have got a Brahma Vidya, then do I get maths Vidya also? If you ask, no, it is not so. Definitely, I may have a good knowledge about the Brahma Vidya, Brahman, but I may not have a knowledge of mathematics or calculus. Then what does it mean here? Means how much ever you know things, any other branches of knowledge, it is about all the objects. But whereas this Brahma Vidya, it is about subject or oneself, by knowing which I will be complete. And there are three types of dosha. Aparipurnatvam, Asantuptitvam, Abhandakatvam. These are the three doshas regarding the goals I had discussed in the first or second class. I hope, if not all, some of you remember. If not, kindly again listen to my class number 1 or class number 2. So from that angle, from that three limitations of the goal which we had spoken or discussed, from that angle, this Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya is complete in itself. By knowing self, by knowing oneself, by experiencing oneself, everything will be known, because he or she is the knower. When you know the knower, then all these things will be known. It will be easy. So the grandness of the statement we'll try to discuss a little more in the next class. And afterwards, the teachings will start from the fourth verse. We will try to understand by the God's grace. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any questions, any of you?
One just curiosity, not so much a question. Shaunaka and his guru, are they there in any other historical context, in any other literature, or only in this Upanishad?
Shaunaka and Angirasa.
Angirasa.
Shaunaka and Angirasa is often quoted, yes. They are there in, may not be exactly in Upanishads, but in some other literature we do get them. But exactly, I'm not able to recall now, which I probably should. I would like to cross check, and I would like to come back to you.
Because a lot of times these are just representative names.
Yeah.
Maharaj, the fundamental question here is to know about what is existence.
Yeah. What is existence? What is consciousness? What is bliss? Or who am I?
And what for everything we should know the material cost to know the effect.
Material cost to know the effect. What does it mean?
He'll ask a question, no, by knowing what all this becomes known, Anta. So is it like that, the existence in this universe, in this name, form, and functions, we should try to know that is on by knowing everything that is known, Antana? What is it actually?
No. Now you see, I think Swami Vivekananda also speaks this in the Gnana Yoga. If you understand a drop of water, what it contains, then you'll be knowing the entire ocean, isn't it? So similarly, by knowing the self or consciousness, everything will be known. Why? Because everything has been come out from where? From the consciousness. If you remember my Tattvabodha Aparokshanubhuti lectures, the whole creation came from where? Panchabhutas, 5 elements. These 5 elements came from where? From Pancha Tanmatras, 5 subtle elements. And this Pancha Tanmatras came from where? From Brahman. Brahman plus Maya, we say, of course. And Brahman and Maya, you cannot separate it. There, one is power and the other is a, what do you say, source. So from Brahman only everything has come out, isn't it? So when you understand Brahman, then everything will be.
That is material cause. What I meant is, to know the effect of this universe, those are all the things we should know. Anta naan ankondiದ್ದು. I understood like that.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಒಂದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಂತಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು.
So to know that one, you should know all this, na? Panchabhutas and Panchatanmatras, everything we should know only to know the self.
No, not necessarily.
You should deny that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect.
Okay, so there are two ways to approach the subject. One is neti neti and the soham soham. Okay, whatever you are seeing a computer. Oh, I am not a computer. Okay, it is easily understandable. Okay, I am living in a house. I am not the house. Okay, then I am not the table. Okay, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not the senses. I am not the feelings, thoughts, emotions. Then you say, I am not, I am not, I am not. When you go to yourself, that consciousness we say, or Atman or self, then you will stop there. This is one way of understanding or approaching the subject, experiencing the subject. This is called Neti Neti Marga. The other Marga called is Soham Soham Marga. I am that. Like Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. Okay, I and Brahman, there are two things. What does it mean? So what are these two things? Oh, no, there are no two things. I and Brahman both are one and the same. Oh, okay. So I and Brahman is synonym. So what is the nature of this I or Brahman? Okay, the nature of Brahman is what? Existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. It is the subject, not the object. So by knowing self, everything will be known. Means what? Because the whole thing has been emerged from there. That's from that point of view we are telling. It is not that to have a Brahma Vidya, you should know all the material things or your body and mind. No need of that. Only we explain, I think in a couple of times I had told in the class, then if you say that only Brahman exists, or Brahman alone is true and all other are appearance, then why are you discussing about all this, about the Panchabhutas or Panchikarana and Panchatanmatras and the law of creation, law of causation? So why do we discuss? Because how much ever we say people have got inquisitiveness, so to remove the inquisitiveness, to remove or to make you understand that I am not all of them. That's where Upanishads, they explain in a brief manner.
What is existence is the fundamental question.
Yes.
Okay, Maharaj, thank you.
May I ask the question which was asked on Sunday? So, no?
Yeah, please ask.
Shall I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Maharaj, the last day lecture, you said that Swamiji explained that there is no such good work or bad work, or that a soul performs a good work when the illumination in the soul is better than the other soul who is doing the bad work. So, right. So, my question is, in today's world, this is what we know. It is Kali Yuga and all this. So, in the Kali Yuga, the percentage of souls with less illumination is much higher than the souls with better illumination. And suppose, you are almost encircled by the bad illuminated souls. So, how to take care? One is Thakur has explained in Kathamrita, saying that like in there's a snake example and the snake and brahmachari example that you must.
Yeah, what is your question? You tell me.
The question is how to protect myself against the bad soul influence. The bad soul in the sense, soul with lesser illumination. Yeah.
Okay. So now you be clear. What do you want? Okay. First point. Second thing. So far, no further. Like Sri Ramakrishna says that you try to live in the house like a house maiden. She does all the work. She looks after the people. She does all the service activities. She cajoles the children. But in the heart of heart, she knows that my real family is in the attached that. So similarly, you are living in the world. Since you are living in the world, you have to maintain a relationship. You have to maintain some transactions, correspondence, and all these things. But for For the sake of correspondence, for the sake of transactions or whatever is required, how much ever is required, you try to do only that much and keep yourself aloof from the unwanted people and try to have more and more time, spend more and more spend time or your energy and etc. with the nice people or with the more spiritually inclined people or evolved people. Isn't it? You can be alert and you need not to completely negate them or completely keep them aloof. It is not possible in the society. We are all social beings or social animals. So we have to go with everyone nice. So understanding their nature, we should try to maintain respectable distance and you can go further in your life. That's it. And if at all anything you feel, you pray to the betterment for yourself and for them also, first point. Second thing, when you understand that they've got some issues, there is some issues in them or in their character, personality, then you try to be a bit aloof or a bit maintain respectable distance. You need not be negative about them. You need not to be cynical about them. You take care, you maintain respectable distance, that's all. Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, I think that's all question is.
Maharaj, what are the three doshas? Can you please repeat the name?
Three doshas. Then you can kindly care of class number 1, class number 2.
But class number 1 of this Mundaka Upanishad or your original class number 1? That video is not.
Mundaka Upanishad only. Mundaka Upanishad only. That is atrupti karatva. Then aparinama karatva.
Yes.
Then the third is bhandakatva.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. So that means she is taking notes.
Bhandakatva means a quarreling type something. Bhandak means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay then. Jai Ramakrishna.
Thank you, sir.